Aiko, I'm Julius Cole. Today, I bring to you the Mind series, where ideas, identities, and impact are made. Stay tuned. Hello, everyone. I'm Julius Cole, and today I bring to you episode 3 of the Mind series. Here with me, I have Hamlet's Man, and shortly they'll be introducing themselves. So, our topic for today is: Has AI made this generation more lazy or not? I hope you would enjoy this session. So, here with me, I have Josh.
Yeah. My name is Sumtu Emeka Oneme.
Amaseda Kuti.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you people on our show today. How does it feel to be on the show today on the Mind series? At least a couple of you have been here. One person has been here already.
Well, the feeling is not usual, but I like it.
You like the vibe.
Yeah, I like
You know, I like your shapes. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm excited that we'll get to talk about some important things that happen in today's society.
Awesome.
it's an interesting experience, and I feel like this is my first opportunity to make people know what I have on mind.
Hey, oh, when I see the man, it's like he has a lot on mind. Or you see how he did his hands? You can see that he has a lot on mind. All right. He's always thinking, I know, right? All right, brings us to our first question. The question says, all right, so for our viewers out there, I want to let you know that this show, we have two categories of people. We have the engineers, the computer engineers, and then we'll also have an accountant who is also into social media. He's a social media activist. So yeah. So we're going to have different feel of the show in different or diverse aspects of life. All right, so let me start with our computer engineering people. Yeah. So I'd say the first question is, as future builders of AI system, do you think automation encourages innovation or does it make people depend a lot?
I mean, there are two sides to it. So everything we do in engineering is just to add a layer of abstraction on what already exists. So, for instance, when we first started programming computers, we're using assembly language. Assembly language is like writing in hieroglyphics. Have like keywords, commands that you have to type in the computer to perform basic operations. And then we had languages like Fortran and COBOL. Eventually, we learned at C++, Java, and some of the others. And this introduced a new layer of abstraction in terms of building. So everything we did is just to make the building process easier and much more available to people. I think automation is going to help us achieve so much. But the caveat is that you can't just outsource your thinking, because if you outsource your thinking, you are going to be exercising your brain, which is bad.
Okay.
So what I have been campaigning for, or what I campaign for, is while we automate a lot of these processes in our daily lives, we should ensure that the overall architecture of what we are building is actually ours, and that the ideas are actually ours, not that you would just go into a chatbot and say the X, Y, and Z without you having first sat down and thought about the architecture of the system that you want to build. So that's my approach to automation.
Oh, really? You want to add something?
And just as you said, there are two sides to it. So for me, let me take to cite an example. If I want to like build something, AI helps me with ideation or gives me like a list of ideas I want to like build out. But sometimes I have the skill sets, but then and there's also a problem, but I don't know how to let me say approach the problem. AI AI helps me with the approach to which I let me say attack let me say the problem to provide a solution, and it prevents me from having to let me say when research a lot, saving me time.
Or save you more time?
It saves me more time. You understand? Yes. So that's the little I have.
But then there's this narrative that goes around that nowadays the engineers, you guys, you know more code than normal coding. You know how you do, is I think open brackets, something like that.
When you're putting, you know, the first question about the braces in C++, or
Yeah, C++. Yeah, at least I did a bit the basics of C++, so I have small idea. You see, how I know I was taken through, it's not like that, because there are so many engineers or computer engineers out there who I see they just put what they want into the AI and say, "Give me the code," and then the AI provides the exact code for them. That when it's launched, that's it. So that's the thing is making them lazy. They are not thinking on their own no more.
no, I mean, like I said, there's a caveat. So we have what has been popularized as vibe coders. Those are people that just tell the AI to do this, and then you have no idea what the AI is actually doing. So I can use myself as an example. I use a lot of these large language models to help myself be faster when I'm trying to write code. But my approach is always to ensure that the boilerplate code is there. When I mean boilerplate, is like we have basic system functions. So what you want the system to do at the base. I write the code for that, and then the other things you might want to add that are not really like functionalities, but are, let me say, things that help them to function as it should. You can then ask the AI bots to write that for you. And it's not like people don't want to write code rather than yourselves. If you go on Twitter, for instance, you have so many people with banks of coding experience that are lamenting that they can't write code because it makes no sense. Because no matter how fast you are at typing or coding, the computer is really, really faster than you. It's like when we had when computers or Microsoft Word came out, and then people were having to pivot from typewriters to computers. You know, you didn't have to do that the way you type, and then you shift, and then you have to adjust the ribbons and everything. It didn't make you lazy, it just give you something else being to solve your problems. So I think that every good engineer always understands the system that he's building and why decisions are made. But the the reality of us having to build it like we used to build it before, as I would call it, like building like bricklayers, doesn't exist anymore because you literally have a robot that can do all of that for you.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I'll come to Josh a bit. I'm on TikTok, most often, and I've realized that AI has taken over TikTok, whereby you see so many stories, some videos, and it's AI created. Yes. Now, you see, content creators go on TikTok, on social media, and then they showcase their talent, and then they are called maybe to be a brand ambassador for a company. But here lies the case, AI has taken over. So no one wants to call anyone again. Come and be a brand ambassador. Is it affecting the industry? When things are affecting you guys?
No, I don't think it's because the brand, although the brand can use AI to generate a whole human being to do the advert for, it won't be more I don't even know it won't be more organic. You get what I'm saying?
Hey, but now people do see if you're in church where notice people, everybody is going through everybody AI.
Yeah.
Yes, you see, you. I think there was one I watched, but they hear Jare, meow 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 meow. Yeah, people are so interested in meow 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 meow. So if Gino should put their brand on a cat and the cat is running saying meow 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 meow, everybody will be like, okay, I'm seeing Gino.
You see, with the problem with that, is just the video. They won't know what Gino is.
But they can make the cat explore Gino is, or they can't.
That's what I'm saying. With the organic, it won't be more organic. But then if the actual person is doing the advert for the company, you know that okay, if I do this, if I use this and like it has negative sides, it has positive sides. Okay. If I'm the one doing it, I'll obviously highlight the thing. But then if the AI generated like the cats were saying, you won't get it. You'll be more fixed on the meow 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 than what the
What are they portraying? Okay, the actual message. Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. So that you can't the brands cannot solely depend on the AI. You need the people to do it.
The people, the actual people to do it.
Exactly.
Okay, so stay with you again. But do you also think that AI has reduced the number of influencers we have? Like now, because influencers are reduced, all the ones I know, they are no more there. Do you think it's not affecting people? Like AI is not affecting the industry.
AI is not affecting the number of influencers we have. If I can say, it has actually elevated the numbers up. Okay, right now there are a lot of content creators out there doing different kind of things. Yeah, from car content, anime content, food stuff content, skincare content. There's a lot of content creators out there. And then with AI coming in, it has given them more knowledge to do more,
Okay.
not to do less, but to do more. Because you can be sitting in the house, like, I've created content. What should I do? What should I do? You can
You ask AI.
exactly.
You prompt your AI.
You get it. So you get all the AI will give you the list of things to do, but you use your own creativity to go about it. Be more organic, so people will like it. Yeah. So if I can say, it has increased the number of content creators that they know.
So as engineering students, can you also just wake up in the morning, you don't know how to code yet? Prompt your AI. AI, give me some coding. Doesn't work that way for you to do it.
I would say AI for me, honestly, AI helps me a lot with like ideation. All right.
Okay.
So for example, let me see. I think was it about I think last month. Yes, I think I had a project I wanted to build like personally. Right. I had learned certain things in class. All right. Yes, there's something to do called digital electronics, or let's say electronics basically, right?
Okay.
And then I wanted to build a project. This semester, I told myself that, okay, fine, anything that I learn in class, I will try to make, let me see, it let me see, as practical as possible. Sorry. Yes.
Okay.
So what I did was I went to AI. Okay, fine. I'm doing data electronics. I'm doing networking. I'm doing this. At the end of the semester, what projects do you think I can build with all these things I've learned? It gave me all the list of things I could build.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, fine, then I can work with this. You see, at that point, it helps me streamline what I'm studying. It helps me, okay, fine. If I'm learning this topic and this topic and this topic in networking,
Yeah.
I can build this with this project. Get yeah.
Oh, that's great.
The in space. You won't have anything to create. In prompt AI will give you a list of things to do. And you just, okay, I can do this, I can do it like this. And basically in line with it.
Okay. So let me since you're closer to me, let me worry you small. So talking about let's come to accounting. You're into accounting, right? Do you feel like AI has made accountants lazy when it comes to record keeping, database, or no, to keep up with your whole accounting, field? Have AI made you guys lazy? But someone who decide that I don't need to use the normal formulas I use to stopper, concatenate. I break all those things.
No, when it comes to accounting, it's more of principle. Okay, you understand? And the way AI coming into accounting field, I feel like it has made the workload easier. I won't use the word lazy. It has made the workload easier to do and faster. Let's say with bookkeeping. Without AI, you have to go through the steps, writing the steps. It takes time. Or the AI just input everything, but less than seconds, it will be done.
But so it means per what you're saying, if I'm a company, I don't need to a big company, a very big company, I don't need to employ three accountants. I can employ one and make you have a well knowledge on AI literacy, so the work doesn't become too bulky with humans. So it's reducing employment. Don't you think so?
Yeah, well, AI basically is clearing out all the old stuff and then bringing in new stuff. Very soon, very say about secretary, those,
All of them we leave the job.
yeah, it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, initially there was nothing like a content creator, but now companies are literally looking for content creators. It's not young. You don't even need to go to university to get employed.
There are schools teaching content creation.
Now, yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, first of all.
And I stand with you. Secretaries might soon leave and we won't have jobs for them. So, in a nutshell, can I say that for what you say, if you are an accountant, you should also seize the privilege to be well knowledge on AI.
Yes, yes, I will recommend that. Be more knowledge on AI. Yeah.
I think Mr. Atida wants to say something.
Okay. Yeah. People feel scared when they hear the word AI. Like they feel like AI will take my job. Like they are very scared. I want to say this. AI, okay, let me say this. AI will take your job, but it will be taken by the person who knows how to use AI. Okay. It's not AI in its sense like AI. All right. I was listening to a podcast by I don't know if you know Reagan, and then it was about making agentic workflows or AI workflows. So a workflow is, let's say, you can create a business out of a workflow. So you have like your company on it. Okay. So let's say you have something, you have an AI that does maybe summits. In that case, secretaries are coming. You have a workflow, an agent that can send emails to people. Now, before the workflow existed, there was nothing, but it was someone who creates these workflows to happen. You get it? My friend and I, Elvis, are building a workflow that, let me say, handles social media. I think it's social media management. Something like that. It's we who know how to use AI that is taking the work, not the AI itself. So what I would admonish people to do is to learn how to use AI. And AI also creates, let me say, different, let me say, new job
It
opportunities.
gives you diverse
It
opportunities.
gives you
Yeah.
diverse opportunities. All right. A clear example was, I think before, how do you call this thing? Before, I think, is it newspapers came? I know you remember the story very well. Before newspapers came, we used to have these people in, like, for the king. They have all that the king has to see, and then they go around in towns, let me see, spreading the message.
Yeah.
The moment publishers came, all those people, their roles were taken away.
Is it Gumbo? Or go to Town Cries. Yeah, the
Town criers, but I think in England, I don't know if they have another name, or the same as town.
We're in Africa. They are also
Okay, the sound criers. But then after let me see, the whole publishing machine came and everything like that, we created new industries for people. People who, let me see, let me see, people who write essays, let me see, poets and all that. We created new diverse, let me see. Any engineers you didn't build the publishing machines. Yeah, understand. We created new areas.
Online media.
Yes, online media.
No one really make people as much as they used.
Yes.
So as much as we keep evolving and improving as humans, certain jobs are going to now. Like in the early 1900s, they had people that would go around and wake people up at their rooms. Now we have a alarm clock. So we have to be open to change and we have to be ready to adapt because the past is gone. All you have is the future. So if you keep on trying to exist, to hold on to something that doesn't exist anymore, let me see, you're just doing yourself. So,
So let me ask this general question. What do you think is the ideas of the old? I had a conversation with an older person and he says that, oh, no, the AI has brought laziness to this generation. We don't think, we don't work. They are the ones that used to think, well, they think, and they end up taking paracetamol. Because they get headache and they feel a bit off. Yeah. So do you think that the old people are outdated, not in terms of literacy to education, but in terms of literacy to AI? Because I know some older people that are AI oriented, like they are smart when it comes to AI. So do you think they are outdated? That's why they think AI is not helpful.
I help also, I think people from the older generation have an idea of work that we in this generation don't have. I don't think anyone dreams of spending, I don't know, 8 hours a day in an office doing repetitive tasks like filling in a spreadsheet or writing meeting minutes or things like that. People want to do things that they feel impact society.
Yeah.
So in one way or the other. And when you have something like AI or LLMs, it helps you to do things that you look at and say like, why would I have to spend so much time doing that? So for instance, you build a system, you know how you build the system, you have the notes in your dossier or your diary. you know how the system it works, all those kind of things. Now, do you want to spend like 3 days having to write that into a full document, or do you want to give it to a machine that can do that in less than 10 minutes? So it's up to you, because I believe that that 72-hour space that you are able to sleep, you can churn that energy into doing something else that are more productive. And even if you don't want to do anything that's more productive, you can rest, because rest is very important for life. I don't believe we should still cling on to the fact that good work depends on how many hours you put in, because a lot of the work that people do, as David Graeber would say, are BS jobs. So
Okay, yes, you want to say something.
Yes, I think if I try to understand where the older generation is coming from, let me say, I think mainly the first thing they think about, let me say, the assignments which are given to us. They give us like long text of assignments, and then we just go to AI, and then it gives us the answers. All right. In a way, I side with them. All right. Earlier, before we had this meeting, we were having Emeka and I were having a discussion, and then we spoke about how some people literally don't, let me see, you want to build a web application. You don't have any skill in HTML or CSS, and you just go to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT to build you a full website. If something breaks in that website, you wouldn't be able to fix it because what? You don't know HTML. You understand?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
You don't know HTML. So they are coming, you see, they know, as you said, there are some elderly people who use AI. They know their work. They know what the output is supposed to look like, and then they work with it. You understand? But here's the case where there are some people in our generation who do not, let me say, they have a slight idea of what they want their output to look like, not a perfect idea of it. And when they receive that slight idea, they are okay with it. That's fine. Meanwhile, it doesn't work, let me say, in the real world case, or it will break when they use it in real world scenarios. You understand?
so sure.
I agree with the two of you in a way, but in a way I don't agree. See, it was no. Listen, wait, what you were saying, well, let's say a lecturer give you one assignment. He knows he won't give you what you can handle. He will obviously give you what you can, but you feel like me spending all these hours writing and my part, I'll be exhausted. So because you don't, I don't know, it is exhausting. Yeah, because you don't want to go through that stress, you give all the records to AI, then you just go and sleep. Make you lazy. Although it has make the red load easy, but it's making you lazy.
Yeah, totally.
So I want to add something. I think with respect to college assignments or school assignments in general, I think AI has given us a chance to actually reevaluate what it is that we are actually calling assignments in school. Because it lecturer can give you an assignment where he's just asking you to like rewrite what's already in the slides or the notes. I don't think that, like, how are you going to learn? You know, like, I mean, we should, with what we have right now, we should look at Eagle STEM assignments that are practical enough, that it challenges the way they think. Because I do not think there are certain assignments that you give, like if you just regurgitate already existing information, the AI can give you the answer. But there are certain assignments that require amount of creativity, thought that innovation is your own and it's genuine. I don't think, even though people use the AI to help them get things done faster, you still have to apply yourself to a huge extent for you to come up with something that's actually reasonable to be called a useful reproduction of the assignment. I don't think we should still be keeping ourselves in days where it was define this and list type of this, and now we're calling that assignments. It was just regurgitation, minus regurgitation.
Yes, sir.
And also, as you said, I think so. I think what I've been seeing is as the world evolves, um, our assignment should also evolve in a way. That's very true. I think when I did my internship, I mean, they'll tell you that it's a software company. They'll tell you that if you have to use AI, use AI. And then even with AI, we had even just for setting up of systems, we use almost like 5 weeks for setup, even with AI. So imagine before there was no AI, what would you have done?
You used 10 years.
There was a friend, he's very smart. I won't like, he's very smart. And then he was like, when he's in school, he doesn't use AI. But the moment he came to like internship and was using AI, he respected AI. Like He said, so how would I even be able to like even find the bugs before AI?
AI, it's like AI has really been helpful. Like you have
So I think when we were working on our recent project was Coldplay, right? I don't know, even the small code that we have like about more than 1,000 lines of code. So, and then you have different drivers and things that are watching it. So now you imagine that you are like the system has a problem, and then you have to read through all those lines methodically. I mean, how long do you have to spend just to build that system? And I wanted to touch on something that's said earlier with respect to how we learn. I think learning principles is so important right now. Well, I was thinking about this recently with respect to how we used to learn mathematics in school. And we're always asked to find X. Similarly, we that do engineering, we have still many courses that revolve around mathematics. But then when you go to the field, you realize that you aren't really be to solve anything by hand because NumPy exists, MATLAB exists, PSpice exists. All these software, they already the mathematics behind the scenes for you. But what you are going to, what those formulas you learn in school are basically like reinforcement learning. You learn a principle like um V equals IR. It increase voltage, current to increase. You then need to calculate for that every time, feeling that this will produce this reaction. It's the same. It's similar to like what we meant. You don't have to know how to directly implement the syntax of a particular function, but you need to know what the effect that function will have on what you are building. So I think right now the person in how we learn things has to move away from just cramming and mindless with education to actually learning these principles well enough that whenever we see a problem, we know the solution to it, and it's just a matter of prompting the solution in plain English.
exactly. All right, guys.
AI calm down. Depends on this season. Yeah, but if you are using it, but yeah, depends on whoever. If you are using it, yeah, other benefit you. And someone else is using it, a person is already using it for lazy stuff. You can do it by your own AI.
All right, guys. So do not forget that this show is proudly sponsored by Alma Furniture. They say any kind of furniture you need, be it miniatures or be it actual furnitures that you could lie on, you could sit on, that chairs, tables, beds, they got you. And also in partnership with Regent University College of Science and Technology off the Willibar Highway, Makati Junction, you could find us, and our numbers are below the screen. We offer so many courses, and they're also below the screen. Let's proceed. So I'll ask this question. Do you think that AI existed a long time ago, or you just say, because AI, we started hearing about AI like 2 years ago now, or a year. Let's say a year not has been vibrant, but then 3 years ago. But do you think AI has existed before?
What we call AI is just a series of mathematical functions and vectors and pencils, which are just basically like you have a three-dimensional Cartesian plane which can extend into more dimensions. But basically, each time you prompt AI for a solution, it's making a very well calculated guess of what the answer might be. So the intelligence that he claims is just a series of mathematical functions that's passing together. So in a way, AI existed. So we had knowledge-based systems. So what those knowledge-based systems will do, like let's say this guy is a doctor, they will take as much of the knowledge that he has and then will put it into a system so that if you type in certain criteria, it can use a set of rules to find the answer. But in that way, you can't really learn anything. So the biggest breakthroughs came when we started finding out machine learning techniques. That was I think late 90s and 2000s. We had things like neural networks coming to the fore,
Okay.
which basically mimic how the brain works and how we tend to process things. And then we had all these things coming alongside like the chess robots, and then eventually DeepMind came up with the AlphaGo, which is a software that people have playing Go to the extent that even professional players can. And step by step, we just get as we keep evolving in terms of mathematics and physics. That is how what we call AI evolved. It's not necessarily like we have a big brain in the cylinder and then it's sucking out all the intelligence to us. It's just basically a series of mathematical functions that are trying their best to give us a well-estimated answer. People have said that AI might have existed like previously, but that depends on where you define intelligence as. So, for instance, the first Turing machine by Alan Turing that helped crack Enigma, for instance, it was built on a series of very complicated or very sophisticated cryptographic functions. Well, you don't really partly relevant what we call intelligence today. But the definition of intelligence for us has to keep evolving and will keep evolving until eventually we may get to something like the general intelligence like we humans which can come up with new things
Okay.
that we haven't even seen before.
All right. That's good. But before we end, I will give you a few minutes, like a minute each, to at least maybe you have something to tell the viewers out there about who you actually are, how they could follow you, where they could follow you, where they can find you. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right, so I'm Josh once again. Yeah, I have a YouTube channel called Josh Studios. You can follow me there, so you can follow me on all social media, Instagram, TikTok, X, same Josh Studios. I have my personal account. That's Josh in Josh. Yeah, you can follow me there, so on TikTok, and then on Snap as well.
King Josh. Charlie Pig and Liz.
So that now look your dog. Feel I'm so sorry to say that. We have the startup called Dance Technologies. We are trying to build innovative solutions for African problems. So across things like healthcare, defense, environmental solutions, etc. I will post most of these things online on LinkedIn mostly. I have my personal page online, some to America Ornament on LinkedIn. I said that has is
So that could fee Ayabampo on LinkedIn.
yeah, so we post a lot of things that we do. We have a couple of interesting projects that you'd want to see online. We also have a YouTube um on our startup tool called Stance Technologies. We have one video, but we also plan to upload more videos about what we've been building. So yeah, get in touch with us and see what we're constantly working on.
Yeah, so for those who didn't won't get the opportunity to hear this, don't worry. We'll put all the informations down the screen and you could always get there and find them. All right. I'm super excited with most of the answers you gave because you made me to understand that AI is not a problem. The people are the problem. The people are the ones who decided to be lazy, not the AI. So AI is not is you are not okay. People have made it look like they are working for AI, but it's not that. AI is rather working for us. So you tell AI what to do, and it does it, right? Good. But let me ask this sincere question. Why did I have a lecturer who told me that he gave us an assignment and said, don't use AI. And he knows it's impossible. We'll obviously use AI. So why did he say that to us? He just wanted to be, he wanted to be mean to us.
But I think I have the mic, so I'll start. I think everyone is always scared whenever something new comes up. I remember when I was growing up and we had the first smartphones or the first stage of the internet roll out. Every debate we had in school was social media has done more harm than good to society, or smartphones have done more harm than good to society. I think, like I said earlier, we all have to adapt our mindset. We have to accept that AI exists and people use it, and it has come to stay. They better adapt the way we learn and the way we teach, so that people can make use of what is available, but ensuring that we exercise as much agency as we can into the things that we write and create.
Yeah, so what I have to add is the lecturer knows his students. Every lecturer knows his students. That's what I can say. I mean, he knowing if he doesn't give you that statement, obviously all of you will go and put it in AI and sleep. You won't basically learn anything. So basically, he's trying to let you guys learn what you are doing. Although you can use the AI, but use your head to maneuver it.
Intentionally read what the AI told you.
Exactly. Most people just give it, and they don't even read it.
Yes, I know someone who got an assignment and then they started asking questions. But say, hey, and I'm so happy. Say, I've not read it, so I don't know what is there.
Lucky. So I'm guessing that's why the lecturer is said you don't say he's the AI, but at least you can still use the AI, just that use your head to read and then change some of the words. For every lecturer knows his students once again. He knows you can't type what you have brought. So use your head to read and then change some of the keywords to speech that okay, yes, I did this. All do with the help of AI. Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Kelly was on the region mood. Kelly was on the kid.
Play.
Very Charlie.
So just as I mean, so I mean, suppose of
John,
said Josh said earlier, he knows his students, right? And anytime my lecturers also say the same thing, but anytime they say it, I see it as they are saying it for those who AI can destroy. Those who don't want to learn, those who just want to submit the assignments. But to those who really want to learn, I promise you, after using AI, they'll read through. They want to, for me, okay, they would even want to know what has AI said in my document that the lecturer hasn't said that I can understand or even adapt or like you get it. So they say it's for those who don't want AI to destroy, basically.
All right, so those who are asking what topic we have today on episode 3, the topic is, has AI made this generation more lazy or not? All right, so I would love to use this opportunity to say a big thank you to King Josh. To Josh, yeah? He doesn't want to be a king, but then telling me, I'm not why. King. Yeah. Oh, hey, boss. Josh. So thank you to Josh, thank you to Emeka, and thank you to Asida. Emeka, this is the second time on the show. Yeah. So we are grateful to have you people here. And to our cherished viewers, we say thank you for always tuning and joining us on the Mind series. Remember that this series is brought to you by our fellowship. They say any kind of miniature you need, they'll bring it and deliver it at your doorstep. You could find their contacts below, and also in partnership with Regent University College of Science and Technology, whereby we offer different courses. You'll also find that down in our section down there below the screen. Thank you so much. The Mind series is all about how you think. Thank you. See you on episode 3. Bye. Hope you enjoyed the series. Then stay tuned for more. Bye.
Hi everyone, my name is Ep3 Has. I'm from Central African Republic. I'm attending Western University College of Science and Technology, one of the best private universities in Ghana. Here in Western, I'm pursuing a program in management with computing. And we also offer a wide range of courses, including business administration, information system, psychology, accounting and finance, and also other related courses. So, admission is open to everyone, especially by my foreigners. Coming numbers in the